receive so many questions about killer whales each and every day from kids and grown-ups of all ages. We've gathered these questions and put them all together right here in this Killer Whales Up Close book to share with you today. We've connected the book so you'll be able to see everything up on the big screen. Now, if you're ready to get started, it's my privilege to introduce you to Missy.
Thank you, Iman. Hello, everyone. Once again, welcome to Chamois Stadium. We are so excited to introduce you to some of our killer whales. Up first, she's 23 years old, and she happens to be our most athletic killer whale. This is Shuka. One more time. Here she goes.
Giới thiệu tên nó biết nhảy lên liền á.
All right, up next, he will be 15 years old in September. He is the first son of our matriarch, Sokka, and he just so happens to be the golden child. This is Nakai. And last but not least, she was the very first killer whale born right here at SeaWorld San Diego 27 years ago. She is our smartest killer whale, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for Orchid. SeaWorld San Diego is home to 11 killer whales. We have 6 females and 5 males, ranging between the ages of about 18 months old all the way up to 52 years old.
You can see how different each whale is, but do you know there are even bigger differences in the wild? Would you be surprised if I told you there are actually Scientists refer to them as ecotypes. They live in different habitats, they have different body types, and they even pursue different kinds of food. But even though killer whale ecotypes are different, they're still considered members of one species. Or scientists
Hey, you get one, but I put the
question
sun
that
on.
we get asked all the time is how big does a killer whale grow to be? Well, the answer would depend on which ecotype you're talking about. Is it a 60-foot female in Iceland or a 30-foot male in Antarctica? Let's take a closer look.
The remarkable thing about killer whales, no matter
Thank
which
you.
type,
Bye-bye.
is that they are found throughout our global ocean, from the Arctic to the Antarctic, and literally everywhere in between. They are found in so many different habitats and depend on such a variety of marine life for survival that killer whales are more intertwined with the fate of our ocean than any other marine animal. Truly, these awesome animals are the living symbol of our ocean, representing so much more than their own species.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for our killer whales. Okay, let's check out some of your great questions. Oh, here we go. So many people wonder about our trainers. In fact, raise your hand if you've ever wanted to be an animal trainer. Wow, that's a lot. Then you should meet the men and women who interact with our family of killer whales every day.
Once again, I'm Missy, and we're being joined by Autumn, Jen, Christy, and Vicky.
Our team is so passionate about what they do here every day. And you know, that makes me think of another great question. Do the trainers talk to the whales? Well, Missy, I'll let you answer that one.
You know what? That's a great question. Now, we may not talk to the whales like you and I talk to each other, but we have taught them different signals that help us communicate with them. This ongoing communication is a very important part of developing the strong relationships that we have with the whales. And because of this relationship, one of the things we're able to do is answer important questions through research.
Here at SeaWorld, we have a unique opportunity to conduct research about killer whales, asking important questions that can only be answered in a setting like this. So much of what we learn here is being used to help killer whales in the wild. Of course, there are other questions that can only be explored by studying whales in the ocean. By exploring questions both at SeaWorld and in the wild, our combined research gives all of us a better understanding of killer whales and the places they live.
And that's what I call working together. Research flowing in both directions, from our park to the wild and back again. That way, everyone can benefit. Okay, let's check out another question. Oh, perfect. This individual wonders why whales jump, and they just don't happen to have that emoji. Look. You know, killer whales communicate in a lot of different ways. Sometimes they vocalize, and sometimes they use their body. A jump like that is called a breach. They're making a sound on top of the water. When a whale uses their body to slap the water, it creates a commotion both above and below the surface. This could be to show their excitement, or maybe display a little power, or just get the attention of the other whales. Some of you may have heard about Kalia's new calf, Amaya. Our SeaWorld social media fans actually helped us name her. Here at SeaWorld, we watch newborn calves rely on their mothers for everything, right from the very first moment of birth.
As a calf grows and gains some independence, it is looked after by other whales in the pod too. They help the mother protect the calf, teach it survival skills, and show the calf how to romp
Ủa cái này nó đẻ
and
ra con
play.
luôn hay đẻ ra trứng à? Đẻ ra con luôn. Mấy loại khác đẻ ra trứng này nha, đẻ ra con luôn.
Killer whales live in family-like groups known as pods. Like human families, their pods can range in size from just a handful of whales
Mấy loại
up
cá,
to a few
mấy loại
dozen.
cá nha, đẻ ra trứng mới thành con, đẻ ra con luôn.
Wow, now isn't that a lot of questions? Believe it or not, we get them every day.
We sure do. Killer whales communicate with each other using all sorts of sounds. Let's listen.
Cái tiếng của nó hả? Cái tiếng của nó.
Each type of killer whale, each pod has their own dialect, their own unique set of calls. But don't forget, they use body language too.
Your body language.
Sometimes they blow bubbles, bump into each other, or even scratch each other with their teeth, causing rake marks. These are the multi-line marks that you might see on the skin of killer whales and dolphins. It's one of the ways these animals display dominance over one another during social interactions, both in the wild and here at SeaWorld. We've just learned how killer whales use vocalization and body language to communicate with each other. But do you remember how we communicate with them? That's right, through signals.
To signal.
Here at SeaWorld, we communicate with our killer whales, and we want the next generation to be able to do the same.
All right, everyone, a really fun part of the show. We have two very lucky volunteers. We have Daniel and Chloe. Let's give them a big round of applause. All right, so Daniel and Chloe, here's your chance to be killer whale trainers. You're going to ask for them a
I
couple
want
of
you to record me
behaviors.
when
Let's
I
watch.
watch this. A little bit.
All right, Daniel's got his first signal. He's asking for him to wait
see
for
me?
Flipper.
Is it on?
Look at that.
Yeah, it's
He's
still
got
on.
it. Nice job.
But you make sure.
All right, Chloe.
For
He's
what?
got that signal.
Yeah, I want to
Now
show
this
you.
behavior is a beautiful aerial behavior. He's going to tap the water. That's about where she could come
Look in
from.
here.
There she
can't
is.
see.
Nice job, Chloe. All right, Daniel. This looks like a good one.
Can I watch this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you
He's
see
going
me?
to offer
I
Shuka a
see
little
you.
reward. Let's see what Chloe's got. One more.
Okay, thank you.
I heard something about being hot. It looks like Chloe's going to get perfect day for that, guys. Nice job. All right, well, Daniel and Chloe, we have something very special for you. It's a whale tale to help you remember your interaction with Orchid and Shuka. Let's give them a good round of applause, everybody.
Here's another really great question. Who takes care of you, Shamu? I love that question because it lets us give you a peek at how we care for these extraordinary animals. Okay, Missy, is everyone ready?
It looks like they are. Now the training that you're about to see actually allows us to take care of the whales. Take a look over here with Christy and Orchid. She's asked Orchid to roll over and present her ventral side or her underside, and then she's touching her along her tummy, asking her to present her tail flukes. Now this is a very important husbandry behavior to keep Orchid and all our whales healthy. The reason being is this is how we get a blood sample from our killer whales. The veins are very close to the ventral side of Orchid's tail flukes, and it's also white, so it's nice and easy for those veterinarians to come over and get that sample. Now the slide out behavior like you're seeing Nakai do is obviously very impressive, but this is how we weigh our killer whales. We have a scale on one of our back poles, and all they have to do is slide out on it. I think Shuka's coming too. There she is. And we track their weight to make sure that they're staying healthy and that our younger animals are growing properly. Now the high energy behaviors that you see the whales do in our shows are behaviors that they do in the wild, but also here at SeaWorld. And the reason being is, this is how we ensure they're getting the proper exercise they need every single day. Looks like Orchid's gonna show it off. Let's check it out. So Chrissy gave her that signal. This is called the front flip. She's gonna head over to the corner of the pool on my right-hand side. And she's gonna do a small jump. This is gonna get her nice and lined up to dive all the way down to 36 feet. So she gets that height up and out of the water. Check it out. She's headed down to the bottom. Focus your attention right in the center. Here she is.
I know our guests also wonder how much killer whale need to eat to stay healthy.
I could miss it.
You know, that's a great question. Just like you and I, each killer whale has different dietary needs. So for example, Amaya, she's our youngest. She's about 1.5 years. She's still occasionally nursing from her mother, but she's also eating about 40 pounds of fish every day. Now, Porky's our oldest. She's 52, but she's also just over 8,000 pounds. And she's going to eat anywhere from about 100 to 150 pounds of fish every day. Now, it's important to note that our whales will receive all their
right
food
now we're
no matter what.
watching
Because
that
we're
show.
able to determine how much killer whales eat throughout different stages of their life, researchers in the field
I know.
can use
Well,
this
we're
information
in the
to
show
determine
right
if
now.
ocean habitats are healthy enough for
So-
killer whale populations to thrive. And that
Okay.
type of information is invaluable.
Do you remember where the
Well, you know, food, exercise, and physicals from our veterinarians aren't all our animals need. Each animal's well-being is so important to us. We want to make sure their minds are stimulated and challenged too. Take a look up on the big screen. You're going to see a video of our whales playing with toys. These are usually big plastic objects because they are large animals. They need something very durable. But you'll also see kelp and even gelatin. That's what you just saw of that whale sucking off the glass there. Now, a lot of the things they enjoy sharing with each other. They are natural food sharers, so they like sharing their toys and enrichment with each other as well. And then a lot of the things they enjoy are also based on sensation. They do not have taste buds like you and I do, but they do enjoy the way things feel in their mouth. Thank you, Orchid. Now, we also have these lids that we put on their buckets to make sure they're getting all the amount of food they need every single day. And we've trained the whales to retrieve foreign objects in the pool, just in case something goes in, so that they can bring it back to us. But we also can use it to play with them. Now, with all the toys and games we provide, the best enrichment still seems to be social interaction with our other whales, and of course, our team of experienced trainers.
Okay, how about a question for all the kids out there? I know you all want to know who would win if a killer whale squared off with a great white shark. Raise your hand if you think the shark would win. Okay, now raise your hand if you think the killer whale would win. Yeah, that's right, killer whales. You see, a shark hunts alone, and a killer whale hunts in a pod, so it's not even a competition. Killer whales have even been known to hunt blue whales. Do you know how big a blue whale is? Over 80 feet is the largest animal to have ever existed on our planet. The killer whales can hunt these huge animals because they coordinate, collaborate, and cooperate. They work together as a group to overcome challenges much bigger than themselves. You know, we can learn a lot from them about how to overcome challenges that our ocean faces. In fact, if we collaborate, like the killer whales, we can change the fate of the ocean and our world. Awesome. We've got some more questions. These are some common questions that always come in. Here we go. First one. Why do some dorsal fins curve? Great question. Dorsal fins lack any kind of skeletal support, such as bone or cartilage, to support their height and weight. They're made completely of connective tissue. When an animal spends more time at the surface, the tissue in the dorsal fin may weaken and the fin may start to bend. We occasionally see this in the wild, like in the photos, and here at SeaWorld. Next one. How fast can they swim? Well, depending on their body weight, killer whales can swim close to 30 miles an hour. Check it out. Wow. Next one. How much water can their tails splash? Well, their tails, or flukes as they're called, are strong enough to fling a whole lot of water about halfway up these stands. Last one. If all the whales splashed all at once, could they get the whole audience wet? Well, maybe not the whole audience.
Quá trời. Qua lấy tạt rồi nha. Nó phun nước nè, phun nè, chuẩn bị ướt nha. Nè. Để cá nữa nè. Ba cái luôn á. Bên kia không có người đâu. Nè con kia đó. Đó, tạt gốc kìa. Tạt quẩy cái gì đó. Rồi này tạt hết luôn rồi, tạt hết cái giả luôn. Tạt hết cái vậy á, tạt hết luôn. Tạt đều hết luôn. Hỏi ai tên bì. Rồi tạt trời á. À, con Mỹ ra tặng. Nhiều người đã thích tặng cho nó rồi. Tặng thì vui, tặng thì vui. Nó không có tặng là buồn nữa. Cô cũng đem mới đó, tôi cũng được mua mới đó, qua rẻ hơn 5 đồng mấy tiếng.
see how they represent more than just themselves. Truly, to better understand the killer whale is to better understand the ocean. Never stop wondering about the natural world around you. Be sure to visit SeaWorldSanDiego.com for your free download of the Killer Whales Up Close book and share it with your friends and family.
From all of us to all of you, thank you for coming, thank you for wondering, and most importantly, thank you for caring. We hope to see you at our 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock One Ocean Show and our 9:25 Light Up the Night tonight. Bye-bye, everybody.
Giờ có show khác nữa, nó cũng làm khác. Cái này giới thiệu tên tuổi cuộc sống của Will mà năm